Hey guys, I never thought I was going to do a video on dimensions, honestly. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but because there are a lot of changes to it in the new patch, I thought I would go over how I'm going about the dimensions and what I think people should care about. I think, Cosmos is looking for tricks and things to try and get those bound Balin mines, and I do think that's important for some people who are willing to put in the time to do that, but personally I'm more about minimal effort for maximum rewards. And I really think people should take advantage of the resistance crystals that you can get from these dimensions. So right here is where it shows what your daily rewards are going to be, and mine are absolutely outrageous. Because I have 3 expert dimensions going for class wars, and then 2 more advanced, I'm getting huge crystal rewards. So here, 18,000 crystal shards, that's 180 level 1 crystal, 180 level 1 crystals. Resistance crystals, and then the will crystal shards, I'm gonna get 63 level 1 will crystal shards. Before, there was no way that you could get these numbers, particularly for the will crystals. I mean, the will crystals are so important, but they're so hard to get for free. People were trying to get them from the horns, from Skytrail and things like that, and you just couldn't get them in large quantities without caching. And so I really think people should take advantage of that. What I would do is just really commit a chunk of gold. So either, if you're lucky enough that you're in a guild with somebody who wins Titan War or Class Wars, you can get a bunch of these contribution badges, or you just, do World Boss and contribute a good chunk of gold and buy these dimension coordinate chests. And so these will give a random coordinate. It can be from basic, which is of course the most common one in there, intermediate, advanced, or expert. I did what I think is about the equivalent of 700 million gold into getting these dimension coordinate chests, and I got many experts. So I think I had 3 experts on me at the time, and so that means that I got 10 plus, I think so 11 expert coordinate chests just from a lot of gold. And so yeah, that's an unrealistic amount of gold for a lot of people, but I think 100 million for a level 80 player is not super unreasonable. And you can still get some, definitely advanced, but probably maybe even an expert as well from that quantity of gold. And from that you can get huge crystal rewards. Just get it done. It's just do them as quickly as possible and get those rewards is definitely, at least for now, the Ilya method. And what else is there to show here? We got the energy, okay, I admittedly do not know this for sure, but at least from what I can tell, it's about 100 energy per 30 minutes, so 200 per hour. I'm gonna go hourly. So you can get quite a bit in a day, and for sure you can, I think if you have good resistances, you can complete 2 advanced dimensions very easily. If you have really nice resistances, or you're just zipping through and getting really lucky, you can even finish an expert coordinate without buying any extra energy in a day. And so, so really just don't worry about the energy too much or whatever. Just get through, get nice dimensions, and get these crystal rewards. I think that's the best thing. And so up here is sacrifice. I have a lesser offering that I got from my dimension. So I had a greater one, and then I just was stupid and didn't show it in the video. And anyway, so so I'll do that. And here, so the pretty obvious choice for me is the advanced Mahara. Yeah, I want whips, but I mean, there's nothing here that I would want more than advanced Mahara. And 40 advanced Mahara from a lesser offering is really nice. So the offerings are, I would say, a little bit harder to get, but not that much harder to get than before. But yeah, so those are really nice. The rewards in there are definitely better than they used to be anyway. And so yeah, so the last thing I should explain. So a lot of people are confused about what's going on here, because people think that this says that they should get a 780% bonus to their res reduction, and then this would be 1160%. These aren't percent signs. There's a double 0 at the end, so this is 1/10%. So if you want to just think in terms of percent, you just move the decimal point over to the left once. So this is actually a 78% bonus to my res reduction, a 116% bonus to my wind resistance crystals, and 84.5% bonus to my dark resistance crystals. So just, if that's probably the more straightforward way of thinking about it. I guess most people aren't used to seeing this 0.1% sign. I at first was just not even thinking about it, and was thinking the same way, thinking that these resistance bonuses would be totally outrageous, when really they're pretty comparable to before. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and teleport in, and then I'll finish the other ones afterward at the end. But when we teleport, it's going to use a little bit of energy, and you're immediately teleported to section 1, so it doesn't let you choose which floor at the beginning. So what you can do is, if there's a flag next to the floor, that means the floor is completed, and so you've killed all the bases. So here it'll say remaining bases are 0, and I'm in area 1, and so remaining events, which are like the Reapers and different mobs, it starts with 50, and then it'll go down from there. And so you don't have to go to the door each and every time. You can just go through, and I think, so here, so I can't click on this base on section 29, and that's because I haven't claimed any bases on that level. So I just have to go to level 28, and then once I'm there, I find the door, and I'll go into the next level. So let me see what's going on here. So here's the door to the next section. So basically all I'm looking to do is clear the bases. I don't want to get into any fights because that costs a lot of energy. So if I do one step here, I just use 1 energy. So let's do that again. So just 1 energy. I have over 800 resistance, which is about how much you need to get your energy costs to just 1 per step. And then all of the fights cost a lot more. So here's a master trial, and it costs 40 energy. And the advanced trials cost 40 energy also. So those are both the same cost. If you have to accidentally bump into one, you want to bump into the master trial. They take a little bit longer, but the rewards are a little bit better. Either way, I just wouldn't bother with these at all. And so I usually just find the shortest path to the edge. And then here's a secret merchant. So it didn't show on the path, but it'll just pop up. And so then I'm 1 step away from the edge, and I'll just go around. And so here I'm just trying to avoid fights. Here's a post or a base, and this is the medium one, and it's going to cost me 80 energy. So basically, saving up your energy, because the bases cost quite a bit, you want to commit most of your energy cost to destroying the bases, and that'll make life a lot easier, and you'll be able to go through things very quickly. If you waste too much energy doing too many of the mobs, then you're not going to be able to complete a lot of levels, and your crystal rewards each day are going to be lowered. So to me, really just, you know, it's very low cost to skip around and avoid these mobs, but it costs quite a bit to do a lot of them. That said, I almost always run into at least a couple of the mobs each level, just rushing through, and so you do have to be a little bit diligent. If you're lagging especially, sometimes it takes a moment for all the things to show. So here, just trying to find an efficient path to skip around these guys. Right, you can tell I'm starting to lag. Here, I mean, almost always, I would say like half of them end up being these revives. Otherwise, you can get some of these resistance crystals or some extra dimension energy. Really, the resistance crystals are the more appealing part. So here, I've killed 2 bases, and I have 1 remaining base to clear this area. It's pretty nice, you know. Before, at the end of an expert level, it was something like 18 bases, or just something really outrageous just to clear 1 level. Now, the beginning levels, it's only 1 base, and then probably a few levels in, it's going to be 2 bases, and by the time that you get to maybe the 10th level or so, it's always going to be 3 bases each level. But that said, it becomes very manageable, and it's not that hard to do. There's a merchant, which none of them look that appealing to me. I don't know if you can use bound balance there, but regardless, I'm not looking to buy any of this stuff. I was hoping for a treasure chest, but haven't seen any yet. They are pretty rare. Alright, so here's a treasure chest. This is a lost fortune, and so if you get some of the pink ones, they're kind of pinkish purple color, they're going to be a card draw, and a lot of the time they're for offerings, which are really great. You know, the sacrifice rewards are really good. This one I'm actually going to take, mostly because Shock and I are really lazy about anything that's going to help us as a couple, and so getting these rose hazels is really difficult. So I'm going to spend the 80 energy to get this. I think I have enough energy to make it to the end of this dimension just fine, and so I can spend that on getting us some marriage satisfaction. If I get a few more of those, maybe I can get a level 8 ring pretty soon. So there's a hidden card draw, and it just gave me 300 energy, so definitely can make it to the end of this dimension, no problem. Here's the door. Still need the other base, but I guess I can go straight to the level once I'm done with it. It's kind of annoying if you find all the bases, then you have to spend like until your last breath on the level trying to find the door. Alright, finally found the last base for area 29. Another revive, which is kind of sad, but actually these resistance crystals aren't that uncommon, so there's still a pretty good chance of getting that type of stuff. Definitely, if you're just clearing these levels really quickly, you can get a lot of those resistance crystals, just because you end up doing enough of those bases that you get a lot of card draws and chances at them. So yeah, I have this huge area that I could still try and look around for a Balin mine, but I'm not going to bother. This map on the right is really nice compared to how dimensions were before, and so yeah, you could try and do the searches or something to try and find other stuff. But for me, I'm just gonna continue and not bother, and just go after my crystal rewards. Last level. Again, 3 bases to go. There's a little crystal. Still level 1 though. The medium bases I think give lower rewards, so like it's like a level 3 crystal in a medium base, a level 2 crystal in a small base, and then the level 4 ones, which are pretty big in the large bases. Just one more remaining base. I'm on level 30, so I'm really in the home stretch. Alright, and finally found the last base for this level. And here I'm going to complete this expert. Alright, and I got a resistance crystal, which is nice. I have a lot of space here, but I do have a few more bases in my other dimensions to clear just to finish them up. That said, I'll have a little bit of energy left over, and I think at that point, that's when you can start thinking about searching through all this area for, you know, Balin mines or something like that. But at least, at first, I would push for the crystal rewards and just clear levels. I think that was an approach before, but the moment that people started thinking about getting other rewards from these new dimensions or whatever, I think they kind of lost focus. At least to me, you should just clear the levels and then go back and see what you can do with the rest of your energy to try and get some of the fancier rewards or something. And so my rewards are going up like crazy, in particular these crystal shards. So for now, okay, so I have a completed Expert Dark, which is awesome. These decrease like crazy, so it's 18.75% for a completed Expert Dark dimension. This is only going to last a few days. Same for the Expert Wind. This one is one base away from being complete, so it's pretty much complete, and so it's losing its percentages the same way. And tomorrow I'm going to lose this Expert Wind, so it's just lasting just long enough for Class Wars Finals. And I think this is my only completed one. Let me see. Yeah, so this Advanced Dark isn't completed. But let's just start at the top and complete. Let's see what my total resistance bonuses are for all these crazy dimensions. Again, I'll scroll all the way down, click on the little base. What I did here was give myself a visual indicator of where my last base is that I need to complete. So I think it's right here. I think this one was the harder one too. Kind of visually indicate on the map because it was on the corner, but I tried to do my best. Basically surround the whole area and try and make it obvious where it is, or else I might have to, you know, trot around all over the place trying to find this base. The moment that you click on a fight, there's no option to just not do the fight. It's gonna lead you right in, and so you have to be a little bit more careful if you want to save one of these bases for later. I just finished up this guy. So yeah, decreasing them even more now. This one is complete, and then an Advanced Dark. So this one is more obvious. I definitely surrounded this whole one here, so I just have to all over there. Most months I wouldn't even bother with this, even for Class Wars. It's just that I'm pushing for the win so much this month that I really wanted to not give away how much resistance I'm going to have. I don't want to encourage people to use different sylphs too much, even though I think some people will try and, you know, sneak some you know, lesser used sylph at some point. I'm not quite finished, or I was going to show my resistances. Let's see here, and then the other Expert Wind. That's all I have left. Alright, so just completed my third Expert Wind, and I just got the Eternal God title, which is pretty nice. I think it's for completing 3 Expert Dimensions. Let's check that out. View, Eternal God, so yeah, so I get some 220 magical attack and some physical attack, which doesn't matter as much, and it's for occupying 5 Expert spaces. I think the funny part about this is I'm pretty sure I have the title for the advanced dimensions and for the expert ones, but not for the basic or the intermediate. So at some point I should blow through a bunch of basic and intermediate ones and get those titles. And my buddies are asking me how do I feel after it. Honestly, exhausted. I've been doing way too many dimensions lately, but I've been really committing to trying to getting a win. So yeah, so my win resistance, pretty crazy. It didn't go up as much as I thought it would after completing those, but it's still pretty good. It's a little over 1500 with level 8 crystals. I will be switching over to having at least a few level 9 crystals later on, but just to keep this video all about dimensions, I'm not going to do the res crystal leveling here, but I'll at least show them in a tune overview. Now my dark resistance shot up almost to 1500. Will definitely be over 1500 for Class Wars with the level 9 crystals, so I'm very pleased about that. I could have maybe pushed for another expert dark dimension, but I just thought that was a little bit excessive, so I decided to stick with 2 advanced dark, 1 expert dark, and then 2 expert wind, and so I'm in very good shape. You know, clearly 2 expert wins, 2 experts trumps 2 dark advanced and 1 expert But yeah, so total rewards. So for all these completed dimensions, I get a res reduction bonus of 88% and a wind resistance bonus of 120% and a dark resistance bonus of 90%. Those are really, really big bonuses, and I'm very pleased. It's going to be even better with my better crystals. So I'm looking forward to Class Wars and to see how this really, matches up against other players. I think the only person who might have better dark resistance than myself tonight is Ray. So we'll see how it goes, how my wind resistance pairs up against her dark resistance. So anything else here? I think that's the main bit. So total rewards, 19,000 crystals, 6,600 will crystal shards. So at least I think that's how I'm gonna go about it, you guys. After this I'll probably start up an expert fire or something and try and blow through that really quickly. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Alright, I think that's all I can sort of think up for what I would do with the dimensions, but yeah, I think this is the lazy person's way of going about it, if you want to call it lazy. I think committing, as part of your daily routine to doing, completing one dimension a day will really, really help with your crystal income. I don't think you have to do maps if you really just, commit the goal of commit a little bit of time to completing these dimensions really quickly. And I think you won't be upset about the crystal rewards. Even for me, I'm very comfortable making level 9 crystals now that I know I have so many built up that I can use at the events. So I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying the new patch. I think some people are a little bit frustrated with the dimensions, but I actually think that in general it makes it easier to go through them faster, and 2, get really decent rewards. So I would really take advantage of them and build up your resistances. I think that resistances, after your main attack stat and after HP, I think resistances are the most important thing in the game. Maybe on par with defense, but maybe even a little bit better depending on what place you are with your tune. So good luck with everything, take care, and have a very good day.